What's going on? I just wanted to go over what I see on the SPY and my thought process on the different possibilities on how it can move. This is just going strictly off the chart, no news, but I like to think that the chart gives us the news prior to the media announcement. So let's get right into this real quick. Um, Sorry if this is a little choppy, but just bear with me. So if we're looking at the daily, right, we have this consolidation right here that we've been in basically for the week. And on two occasions already, we've wicked out of this consolidation, once being today and yesterday being the other time. And in my opinion, I'm leaning more to the long side, but I do have a short version. But I want to think that we bounce right here, and our next target is 436 to 438, right? Basically back to the top of this consolidation and to the top of this wick from yesterday, right? But I think the ultimate goal or ultimate target is right here to this order block that we have right up top here, right? Now, part of the reason why I think that is if we, one, let's look to the left in this area of consolidation that I have marked out with the two horizontal lines. We have this similar consolidation that happened in the past. And if we kind of go backwards from it, we see that it had this drop. But if we're going backwards, it had this bounce right here that went up to 444. You can look at it forward as well, but I like to just look at it like if we were to go in reverse, it would have been a bounce here. So I want to see like a similar movement here, right? And go to this order block. So now there's a few reasons why I'm looking at the order block as a target. And the most recent one that I actually just saw a couple minutes ago was right here. We have a double bottom, right? So another thing is that I'm big on chart patterns, and we get this double bottom right here. The measured move from a double bottom is the peak to the bottom of the double bottom, right? So if we take that measured move now, we put it up here, which would be this top horizontal line would be the breakout of the double bottom, right? We end up actually up here like 446, right? Um, when I was looking at it earlier, I actually did the measured move just within the consolidation, the major consolidation, and not the wicks. And it actually comes up to like 442, 444, something like this, right? But this I had before I did the measured move. So I just looked at it as like an extra confluence that it worked. But neither here nor there. Once we see that this is a possibility for the move, right? I wanted to go to the weekly. And when you get on the weekly, you kind of see it more clear that this was a downtrend going on, right? Right. And this, you would kind of consider this as them trying to break the downtrend right here because it got over the last lower, um, the last lower low. It got over that, right? So you would think that this is breaking the downtrend. So if we were to take the trend line from where the downtrend began, right, and we hit the top of all those wicks, you see that this is the respected trend line basically, right? So it's respecting the trend line. And then if we were going lower, or if we are going lower, then you want to create another lower high, right? So and this would be our new lower low, right? So to create the lower high, we would be respecting the trend line, right? And then we would turn down, and then price would go down if that's what's going on. Now that's a possibility because the war is going on, so huge possibility that we could hit this trend line and then just turn down immediately. Um, the other thing is that could happen is I saw this as well. I think that this could possibly be an inverse head and shoulders, right? So if this happens to be an inverse head and shoulders now that's building, then what changes is we don't end up hitting this trend line and going down. Now, if we hit the trend line and go down, I think this is our first stop, right? This order block right here. I think this is our first stop in here. If we decide to go down, and then we should bounce back up towards the trend line and go down again. That's just my opinion on how that would work. But if we go up now, I would think that we would go up here. If this is an inverse head and shoulders, we'll go up to here, and then we'll turn back down here, and then we'll go for the breakout, right? And then during the breakout, we'll come back here, do something like that, and then we'll break out again. So, and if you want to get levels on roughly where it will break out to, we could take, I'll just use the same arrow real quick, right? We get measured moves. You get a measured move from the neckline, right? That's the major move. But this is another move that they don't really talk about. You also get this move right here. So you get the breakout move from the right shoulder. And then you get the full move from the head. Now, I never heard anybody ever talk about the measured move out of the right shoulder, but I've done my own back testing on that, and you can do it yourself, and you'll see that the measured move out of the right shoulder is definitely a thing. So I would think it would move more like this, something like that. Right. And if not this, then maybe something like this. Right. But I always like to think that price comes back to retest the neckline before taking a major move to the next level. And like I said, that would be breaking out to the top side, taking out these these last levels to the top side that would give us that rally that we typically have at the end of the year, most years, right? So, what can change that, like I said again, could be the war and everything else that's going on. Hopefully, the election holds this up and we get some type of like morale rally where everybody is just happy for a second, just to start a rally or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's it. Uh, that's my thought process on how the SPY is going to move. And real quick before I close out, I'll go down to like the lower time frames real quick, so we could just take a quick glance and see what's going on. All right, so if we're looking at this, we could say we tapped out in here, and that this is about to head down. So that is also a possibility that we can start heading down right now to this four, what's this, 415 area, 414, 415. Yeah, I would say like 415. I'm looking at this gap right here, so maybe like 415 if this breaks tonight. But again, I would like to think that if it's going to continue the downtrend, that we need to create this lower high up here. I don't think it's created down here as yet, right? And then the other thing is we have the consolidation, right? Or what they consider as the accumulation. So you got the consolidation or the accumulation right here. What happens? You get the fake out or the manipulation, and then after the fake out and the manipulation, you get the actual distribution, which could be this big dump right here, right? So just keep that in mind, that that could be the possibility, or it could be the other way around where this is the consolidation, then we get a bigger manipulation, and then we get a distribution up here, which keeps us in an uptrend. So we'll see. But yeah, that's all. I just wanted to go over that with the SPY.